going on, guys? StormyIV here, and today I'm going to show you my Death Wish dodge build. And this is pretty much what I use always when I run Death Wish. Either that I run a heavy tank build, but I prefer this one. So let's get started. So first, I run Rogue. That's really what's going to maximize your dodge. It's going to automatically give you starting at, I think, 40 dodge for your suit and tie. So that's essential, and you can switch weapons faster, which is awesome. So we're going to start out in our Mastermind tree. Unlock the basic Mastermind, and we always ace Endurance. Gives you more sprint for you and your crew. And Leadership increases stability for you and your crew for all weapons by 50%. So you always ace that. Equilibrium increases your rate of fire by 100% and decreases the time it takes to pull away pistols and switching out. So with that combined with Rogue, you're going to be switching really quickly, especially since you're switching from pistol to pistol. So that's awesome. So then we're going to get Dominator. So your teammates go into custody. You can hopefully surrender a cop and be able to get them out at the end of the assault wave. And since we need one more point to unlock tier 4, we're going to go with the spotter asset, or well, the spotter skill, whatever you want to call it. I like this because you mark a special and anyone to shoot at it gives it 15% more damage. So that's great for taking out dozers. Really awesome. You can't go wrong with it, especially since it's only 1 point. So then after that, I get basic combat doctor, which gives you two doctor bags instead of 1. It doesn't really matter as much since I usually run the medkits. Joker, I don't really use that as much, but it's also helpful, extra meat shield. It helps you convert a non-special enemy to fight against them with you. Okay, since you need one more point, we're going to cable tie hostage faster, 75% faster to be exact. So now we're going to see, we basic gunslinger, and then we basic, we're going to go down in basic combat medic, which is basicing it, or acing it. Oh, I say basing, acing it. That's going to give your teammates 30% more health when you revive them, and on Death Wish, that's pretty important because you don't really have that much health when you get revived anyway. It's a little sliver of it. I want to say like 30%, 20% of your health. Okay, then we need one more point, so we're going to get, Painkiller. Painkillers. Crew members revive take 10% less damage. So we'll go with that. Then we're going to ace Inspire. And for those of you who don't know what Inspire is, you can, if you're in a certain range, you can shout your teammates up. Usually it's 75% effective. You can do this through walls, ceilings, doors, any object as long as you're in range. So, you don't actually have to fucking walk up to them and try and pick them up that way. So this makes picking up people very, very easy, very essential in Death Wish. At least 1 or 2 people have that. Then the next part is here. You can either do this or not. You can either ace Gunslinger and get 15 additional damage with pistols, which is what I like to do. Or you can save those 8 points and you can ace Akimbo. And acing Akimbo, what that's going to let you do is you're going to get increased pistol stability, or increased Akimbo stability. And on top of that, you're going to get 150% more, or 150% total ammo. But I like to get the extra damage because I feel like the extra damage makes up for the little bit less ammo you have. But, pick your poison. You can choose whichever one you wish. Doesn't matter. It's all down to personal preference. So now we're going to go with the Enforcer. Unlock that. Transporter. You can 50% faster with bags, and also throw them farther. So that's pretty important, pretty useful. Then this one, use your primary weapon and bleed out, and you get 15% faster armor recovery. I think that's helpful, so I get that. This one is the main reason I come into the Enforcer tree. Stun resistance. In Death Wish, or really in any heist, more so in Death Wish, you get stunned a lot, especially when you're all around your teammates. You're going to get stunned a lot. It's going to get you killed. I'm telling you, that'll save you several times over, so always get stun resistance. The only thing I come into here for is to get a sprinter. You can move faster, and your armor recovery goes 25% faster, and you also get more dodge while sprinting. And I think you get increased stamina on top of that. So then also get basic cat burglar, 75% less fall damage. Cleaner, you also gain 5% more damage to special enemies. So on top of the spotter asset you got earlier, or spotter skill, that's 20% extra damage to specials. Pretty cool for taking down dozers, especially when you have Akimbo spam cannons. Okay, so now we're going to go in the Fugitive tree, unlock Thick Skin. It's going to ace that. Helps a little bit. We don't really need the ballistic vest part though, but hey, it helps. Duck and cover gives you 15% more 15% more dodge when you're crouched, so that's pretty cool. We're also going to ace the running gun, 10% additional movement speed, and you can pick up, you can Steel sights are unhindered when you're aiming, so you can walk and aim at the same time and still move quickly. Quick fix decreases your first aid kit deployment time. Crew members that use your first aid kit take 20% less damage for 10 seconds. Alright, we'll go with that. And then you need one more skill point, and so you're going to get Hidden Blade. Hidden Blade is important because that increases your melee concealment, and that's going to help us keep it under 4, or keep it at 4. Okay, so now you're going to basic Swan Song, and Uppers, which gives you... Uppers gives you 3 more med kits, or 3 more first aid kits. And Swan Song, it lets you fight for 3 more seconds after you go down, which can, help you kill dozers, especially since the dozer now can't kill you for another 3 seconds, or you can't go down for another 3 seconds. Okay, so we need 1 more point. I'm going to go with being able to increase climbing speed by 20%. Yep, 20%. And Trigger Happy, which is each successful pistol hit gives you 10% damage boost for 2 seconds. This can stack 4 times. So taking out bigger enemies, like a dozer or something, very helpful. Or a horde of enemies, like a group of like 5 of 10 of them. Okay, so low blow. You only need to basic this because we're going to have our concealment at 4, so acing this really isn't going to benefit us at all. We're going to get the full effect of low blow, so you don't have to waste 8 points. And since you need 1 more point to go up to the top skill tree, we're going to basic this, Brother's Keeper, and Thugs do 10% less damage to you. Okay, so now we got the basic Sneaky Bastard, and we got basic Akimbo. So now with like I said earlier, you don't have to ace this because your concealment's gonna be at 4, so you're fine. You don't need it. You're gonna get the full benefit. Dual wielding weapons, you obviously need that, and you can either ace Akimbo here. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, I have an extra 8 points. What the hell did happen there? So yeah, you can either ace Akimbo, or you can ace Gunslinger with these 8 extra points. That's up to you. I like to ace Gunslinger. Okay, so perks of this build. Just a quick summary or overview. You get Inspire, which helps you take up your teammates from a distance by yelling at them, instead of wasting your time to picking them up, getting yourself in potential danger for doing that, stopping shooting enemies to fucking pick up your teammates, which takes time. So there's that. Stun resistance decreases the amount of time that you're stunned by 50%. Very important. That saved me many times. I would highly recommend that. You don't have to, but I would recommend it. Okay, this is going to give you more dodge, sprint faster, faster regeneration of your stamina, and yeah. Let's see. This is the main reason for your dodge build. It gives you increased dodge, increased crits, and obviously, you can use dual weapons without having to use the Hitman perk deck, because, let's face it, the Hitman perk deck is really not that useful. The only useful thing it really has in there that I like is the fact that it lets you use akimbo weapons. That's it. But we're going to need Rogue. Okay, so we're going to go back. Inventory. Yeah, I'm going to show you what I do for pistols, or my weapon load, that is. We're going to go Kimbo Chimanos. Modify. I don't really do much to these. You just put a flash hider on them, because it ups your damage, minuses your accuracy. Doesn't do anything to your concealment, so you're good. Gadget. I either use micro laser, because that also doesn't up your concealment. And I also use, minus your concealment, sorry. Or I use the laser grip, because it gives you more accuracy, but it does -1 concealment, which isn't really that big of a deal. It doesn't make or break anything. So, either one's fine. I use extended mags, since, I like to be able to take out dozers and a lot of enemies at one time without having to reload. So, extended mags, I would definitely recommend it. Go for that. Because with this, you already get under 4. You already get a 4 concealment with this and a nice pistol as your secondary. So there's really no reason not to. Long slide also does not decrease your concealment. +1 stability, -2 accuracy, +2 damage. You have akimbo pistols. The accuracy isn't as important. You're not shooting people at long range, so you're fine with that. So we're gonna go back. Secondary. Yeah, as I did say, they're dual Shimano customs, by the way. Just making sure I mentioned that. So, okay, so for the secondary, I usually go with an Interceptor. My friends usually go with a Gruber. The Gruber does 39 damage, which is 1 point under, 1 damage under headshotting, one-shot headshots for green cops. Interceptor, I can keep at 4, and still one-shot green cops. So that's just what I go with. The only really con with the Interceptor's got like 26 less shots, which I feel like it makes up with for the extra damage. So Flash Hider, you get 2 stability, -2 accuracy, and you gain 5 damage. That doesn't mess with your concealment, so that's fine. I don't put a gadget on this, just personally I don't need one, but you could put a micro laser on there with no penalty. Extended mag, you don't really need, so I don't do that. This also ups your concealment, or increases your concealment, so I don't do that. Let's see, slide, also the same thing, decreases your concealment. You don't want that shit. Melee, you can use Nova Shank. I usually use the Nova Shank, or one of my favorite is the X46 knife. So that also helps you keep your concealment down at 4. Obviously, see here we got dodge is at 50. That's, I guess, when we're just standing still. That doesn't include when we're running or crouching. Speed's up there. Concealment's good. Steadiness and stamina are all awesome. We go with first aid kits. At least that's what I've run. Yeah, so that's it. So this has been StormyIV. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Give me feedback on this. What do you like, don't like about it? Something you do different? Anything really? Just my first time actually giving advice on a build, or just kind of putting in my personal opinion on one of these things. So, again, it's been StormyIV. Thanks for watching. Peace!